everyone, welcome back to the NM studio. Today we have a new very special guest, Mr. B.R.Sreenivasan with us. So he is a political analyst, a very well-known face in Tamil Nadu. You will see him in a lot of channels in Tamil Nadu and even in the national channels, I would think. So let's jump straight in to a great discussion that we are going to have around Tamil Nadu politics. Namaskaram, sir. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you.
My pleasure.
So the first question is the hot topic, Mr. Prime Minister's visit to Chennai on May 26th. He inaugurated about 11 projects, I would think. So what do you think will be the impact of that in Tamil Nadu?
Yeah, see, so these are all primarily infrastructure projects, largely with regards to roads and railways, primarily. And the impact is going to be obviously, so Tamil Nadu as such, the infrastructure is kind of good. You know, the history behind the good roads in Tamil Nadu and kind of the railways network that we have in Tamil Nadu. So it's going to be, it was always good on par with some of the top states. What this is going to do is add more value to it in terms of a couple of sectors. Say, for example, one of the projects is the Chennai-Bangalore new highway. So this is going to cut across three states, that's Tamil Nadu, Andhra, and Karnataka. So it's a new, we know the existing highway, which is via the Hosur region, and it goes to Bangalore. It takes about 6 hours. So what this expressway will do is it will cut across the distance from Chennai to Bangalore by 2 to 3 hours, with probably some kind of exit routes in Andhra so that people can take a detour there. So obviously, so now Bangalore is going to be so closer, like how Mumbai and Pune are, and probably Bangalore and Mysore, and then you have the NCR regions where some of the important cities are connected in distance by 2 to 3 hours as such. So this is going to give a major flip to the trade, to the services sector as such. People can start from in Chennai at say 7 o'clock, reach Bangalore at 10 o'clock by road, and then start back from Bangalore by 6, 7, reach Chennai by 10, and vice versa. So this is a huge improvement and a development, which is like what you see probably in some of the advanced Western countries where people travel for, it's very common to travel for 3 hours in a day and all, things like that for important meetings, and then you cut down on air travel or you cut down on rail network as such. So that's one for individuals and for the corporate sector, and for probably the other industrial sectors where travel time is going to be shorter. The second is going to be the travel time shorter travel time for say manufacturing goods, or say connecting from Bangalore, Karnataka to Chennai port, things like that. So it's going to be a huge time saving, cost saving, fuel saving for moving of goods from Bangalore and Andhra, southern Andhra, and to Chennai as such. So that you're going to reach Chennai in 3 hours or 4 hours time is going to be a huge advantage on that side. So that is one major road project that is getting inaugurated, which is going to start from scratch. Then you have the other one, which is the Port Madurai elevated expressway. It's a 2-tier expressway, and it was conceived and planned very long back. It was put on the back burner during Jayalalitha's time. There were some probably ego issues, or probably some of the environmental issues were there. People played politics to it. When Mr. Stalin was in the opposition, he opposed it, and then he supported. So initially DMK brought it, and then Jayalalitha changed it to an elevated one. Stalin opposed it at that time, 2-tier elevated. Now he's doing the same. So he's the current project is for a 2-tier elevated expressway from the port to Madurai. So people played politics over it for many years, and now finally it has got a breakthrough. And again, as the project says, it's from the port to the Madurai region, which will again cut through your traffic time from the city. You don't have to touch the city at all. And then once you hit the Madurai sector, you can go to all the major highways, which is Bangalore on one side, which is southern regions, like you go to Trichy, Madurai, and other regions. So from there, every highway is connected. So again, that's a major good initiative that the people were waiting for. And then the other projects are more related to railways, like upgradation of stations, railway stations like Madurai, Rameshwaram, and other 2-tier and 3-tier cities. So Kanyakumari asset. So that's a good long time pending one. So your 2-tier and 3-tier railway stations are going to get a major makeover. If you have seen the design, they are all really good. And then there are some of the broad gauge to meter gauge to broad gauge conversions as such. So all in all put together, it's a good infrastructure. It's worth 31,000 and odd crores cost that's involved. So that's a major boost for Tamil Nadu as such. So after you had the 11 medical colleges that were given to Tamil Nadu in the month of January, where Prime Minister inaugurated through virtual conference because of Omicron. That time it was supposed to be an in-person inauguration, but then it was virtual because of Omicron. So after that, this is the second major, a giveaway for Tamil Nadu as such from the center's point. A lot of teething issues have been sorted. Credit can be given to both places, but primarily the center has pulled it through a lot of obstacles per se. So back to back in a span of 5 months, good, Tamil Nadu focus approach from the center as such. So it's a good one for Tamil Nadu, is what I would say.
Really good, really good. And I think that's a great achievement, right? So back to back, okay, now 11 projects we are talking about. Earlier, so much of medical institutions, right, coming in.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of focus that the center is also giving for Tamil Nadu. And I think the folks in Tamil Nadu will really understand that. Although probably Mr. Stalin might be a little nervous about this whole thing, about the whole publicity and all that stuff. We don't know. But this is more of a collaboration between the center and the state, all these projects, right? Okay.
Yes.
So which everybody knows, all right? But it's I think the center is putting all the effort to really develop Tamil Nadu along with the state. Okay, they don't want to do it in silo or want to take all the credit. Anyways, that's where I see it.